First off, you've got to have a framework that's going to be mobile friendly. And having a mobile friendly website means that if you're on a desktop and you were to shrink your desktop down smaller, that it's going to transition and it's going to be seamless to where all the information is easy to read, legible, certain elements might disappear, and you have to have that proper foundation set up first. So here's some tips for a great landing page. First off, you want to have short, tight headlines with a brief, small sub-headline underneath it, so they know why they're at their page. You want to take your time emphasizing benefits. You can do this through bullet points. You can do this with other icons next to each one of the points. You want to make sure that the benefits stand out and are separated and don't get mixed in with the copy. With a great landing page, it's always nice to have video so that people can watch and learn more about your product in a video engaging type of way. You could also just have great images that are engaging. Maybe if your business is testimonial driven and it's a person, a quote underneath with that person you could use for a testimonial. You want to have great pictures as well. So if it's a product, you want to make sure that your pictures are very clear, professionally done. Also, if it's a service, you can show the service being used. So the way I once heard it put was, focus on the customer as the hero, not as the product. Meaning that show the customer using the product or service and what it's benefiting them. Put them in the mindset of they're already using the product or service and how it's benefiting their lives. And on the lead capture, you want to have that limited. You don't have to ask for name, phone number, email, zip code, social security number. Start out with an email, and then maybe once you get the email, you can go to the next thing you might want from them, which is a name. Because ideally, the less information that you need from somebody, the more likely they're going to give it to you. The more information you need and the more hoops you make somebody jump through, chances are it's going to limit your conversions. So let me go over a few best practices for you to make sure you're maximizing your leads. First off, it's important to contact them immediately. If you get a lead that comes to your email, then you need to be on the phone as quick as you can to call that person who's interested. So you need to make instant contact with that person. As soon as the lead comes in, you'll need to pick up the phone and call them, or at least have a text or email come in as soon as possible, and you can set those up automatically. Buyer personas are a fictitious representation of a customer of yours. The easiest way to do this is to start looking at current customers you have now and interview them. See what kind of commonalities they are. But here's a couple of key ways, very simply, that you can create a buyer persona yourself. You can ask, where do my customers live? What do they like to do? Is it a male or a female? Are they married? Do they have kids? Or where do they work? The first point of this is don't ignore your data. When you're putting together your customer persona, look in your CRM. You already have a ton of customers. So now you can look at your customers and say, what commonalities do they have? Look at your Google Analytics. You can pull in analytics and you can see demographic information about age and male, female. You can see what areas that they're coming to your site. You can see if they're converting. Pull in the analytics and see if you can get some information there. Social media. Well, use Facebook analytics. You've got a lot of maybe Facebook people that have liked your pages where you've ran Facebook advertising. You can pull that data out and look and see what commonalities you can pull to build a persona. Retargeted ads are 0.7%, so 10 times more likely to click on your ad if they've already been to your site and you're retargeting them. Retargeted customers are also 3 times more likely to click on your ad than those who have never interacted before. 1 in 5 of marketers budget for it. So only 1 in 5 marketers right now that have a display advertising budget are using remarketing. So you can have a quick advantage on your competitors if you implement a remarketing strategy. Stay in touch with your customers on a consistent basis. You can use email, you can use text marketing, or you can use that cool fancy thing called a phone. Pick it up every once in a while, shoot them an email, have a personal touch. It depends on what you're selling, of course. If you're in a subscription-based internet business, it's going to be a little different than somebody who owns a hardware store. But whatever that case is, you want to set up a plan on how to continue to touch base with your customer so that you can get them back through the door. You can show them that your business is growing and changing to better fit their needs. You could show them new offerings that they might want to utilize from your company. It's an important thing to continue to work on, because the biggest thing that you can do is to continue to try to keep the people that you have while your sales team is out there adding new customers to it.